YouTube, 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 YouTube. What's popping today? Storm has been many things in her comic book career. She's been a queen, a goddess, an X-Men, an Avenger, a Fantastic Four member, and now she's about to become a God Hunter. So, how we begin this chapter, she is in the heart of the storm. She says, I am Storm, mistress of the elements. Ever since I was a child, you have spoken to me like a mother, sweet words into the ears of her weeping little one. I am grown now. Mother, I am a child no longer. These storm gods hurt you, but by my power, I will make you whole again. This is a great dialogue where Storm is telling the weather that she will take control of the weather and defeat the storm gods for hurting it, which is kind of crazy if you actually think about it. With the anomaly gone, Tony says that Storm did it. He then speaks to T'Challa, stating, don't worry, T'Challa, I'm sure your anti-cloud seeding cannon did something too. T'Challa is in awe of the situation. He sees his woman up there, but he does a rebuttal that he and Tony worked on it together, but it was clear that the cannon that they worked on didn't even work at all. They didn't even use it. So Tony ended up having jokes, asking T'Challa, does he want to say hi to Storm? But T'Challa declines the offer they are still having. T'Challa is avoiding Storm, so that's basically what they're doing, which is kind of annoying, but they're trying to like make it to where they're going to have this dialogue at some point. But T'Challa still throws a little bit of jab at Tony by saying that he has an evening plan with Emma Frost, which we know is obviously a joke. And they have Reed smiling, and it says that he's happily married, which I think is like the crappiest relationship of all time. But they say he's never divorced, which is kind of like annoying. But Storm and Thor begin to have a conversation with Storm asking Thor about the cremated remains of the pilot and the snake that she came for in the beginning of this mission. She says that Dr. Voodoo should be able to distinguish the remains of the pilot so that he can be laid to rest with his family. But Thor tells Storm whatever she plans to do in Midgard, she needs to do it in a hurry. He tells her that he has learned a great deal about gods. Before there was Thor, before there was a Zeus, before there was any storm god, there was another storm god. 1 billion years ago, Hadad was the first. He grew so mighty that he wove eternity as his cloak and forged death into his war club. The Phoenix Force was his armor and infinity was his shield. By then, no one could defeat him but one, the one above all. Now, I'm telling y'all, this is crazy because they have gotten too biblical now because Hadad is a storm god in Canaanite mythology. Just insane that he's getting real deep in his bag with this. Thor tells Storm that Hadad will return in the days to come, and with him will be a horde of rock storms. We are in the far reaches of the universe where the Silver Surfer suit appears to be fighting Hadad, even though it's not stated, it is implied, especially when he says a rock blizzard spew Galactus out, which I think is insane. Thor tells Storm that a civil war has broken out between the storm gods, which is now known as Thunder War. The war is those who seek to stop Hadad and those who seek to hasten his return wage war against each other. The storm gods that attack Storm, Thor has no idea what faction that they are a part of, but he is certain that they will be back when Storm least expected. But when they return, Storm must armor up, unsheath her blade, and summon him. Together, they will make the wish they didn't make an enemy of Storm. but my girls declined the offer. And honestly, I'm gonna tell y'all something. She relayed one of the coldest line in this book so far. She says when she meets her attackers again, they will be the one to need to summon for help. The mutant freaking goddess. Yeah, she's about to go toe to go with the gods, and I can't wait. Cause man, oh my God, man, the mutant freaking goddess is about to go toe to toe with the gods. This is insane. We are back into the Storm Sanctuary 3 days later. It is told that the warrior of the universe has chosen to fight in its steed, trembles in cold sweat, not for the battle to come against oblivion. She fears not the looming threat of the Thunderworld, but at the summon of her nation's government. Aurora Monroe, the goddess, shudders. Like sharks to blood, like bees to sweet nectar, the government only beckons when a grave error has been made and the days for reckoning is due. After all, the greatest weakness of spectacular is bureaucracy. Manifold teleports Storm to the FBI headquarters where he tells her that he has a bad feeling, but she asks him where is his optimism at. I am honestly with Manifold because Storm hit a fugitive. And because she hit a fugitive, now they're calling you after 3 days. Yeah, this honestly is probably going to end bad. But Manifold does tell Storm that if she changes her mind, all she must do is say the word and they will have an army ready to take on the FBI. They will bring a second Krakoa age by thunder, but she smiles to say the Earth is just as much as their planet as it is the humans. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. There is a character with like a baby, I don't know, mouse or whatever. It's like a baby with a head. That looks like really crazy, honestly. Not gonna lie. But she does ask Manifold to watch over her sanctuary for her while she's gone and to make sure Maggot stays out of trouble. The scene switches to a mini tournament arc where Maggot is hosting what looks to be a brawl to see who is the strongest. Manifold knows that Storm is going to kill him for this tournament arc that they are in. It's a little mini one. It's almost like One Piece and Dressrosa to me. Honestly, while Maggot has often wrestled with restraint, Storm struggled with claustrophobia. Has been a tale of old times. Storm is the host of the physical embodiment of our universe, which shows the level of power that she has. Her need for a space and dreading the lack of it is expected, if not predictable. Interrogation rooms thrive on the fear with the walls that close in on hope and sense of judgment. But not this one. This room was designed to make Aurora feel small, minuscule, inconsequential. Here is some alien FBI member who goes by the name Fabiyi. Well, I think I might be butchering that name because I do think it's a crazy name. But he is from a planet that has more nitrogen than the planet Earth, so he needs to inhale more nitrogen to survive. He tells Storm that she needs to be careful at what she's going to say because she could end up in a supervillain prison for 5 years. But she can use her Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. He then proceeds to ask her about the Storm Sanctuary, where she tells him that the sanctuary was built by Tony, Shuri, and Lunella, and that she has a certification from S.H.I.E.L.D. that she can use it. She tries to discuss other matters, but he flat asks her if she is a fugitive, which annoys her. Clearly, you can see it on her face. She like, dude, why are you asking me this? But she cooperates. She then states that she is happy to talk to him about Cairo if she wants to, but this has nothing to do with the USA. But right off the bat, you can see that he's playing some games with the goddess. Like, what type of request is that to ask her to report her activities within the last 6 weeks? I don't really trust this guy because he's like really questionable. The way he's acting, his mannerism. It's like, man, you doing a lot of prying into what she needs to do. And truthfully, bro, you lucky you don't get a face full of electricity to the face. Because I know Storm wants to do that. He did ask for her permission to read her mind through a machine. And she agreed. She said it's cool that he can read her mind. So, again, she's cooperating with the FBI. Then he shakes Storm's hand. That's when she realized that this whole procedure was fake, and he was using her to get into her mind. Storm is rightfully angry as she starts powering up. She tells him that beings greater than him have tried and failed to get into her mind. But as she's saying this, he uses his telekinetic abilities and slams her to the wall. Now, I think it's crazy that he was still able to get through her mind, even though she had told him that she is immune to telepathy. But he still got into her mind because he knew that she harbored Charles Xavier from X-Manhunt and then helped him get off the planet. And he tells Storm that there are consequences for her actions and that she has the right to remain silent. Anything she says or does can be used against her in a court of law. As 3 of the other members of the FBI are ready for battle, Storm is still kind of like powering up. And that's how the chapter ends. And I don't know about y'all, but this book, I've been saying this, it's been so fire. Like, dude, the Thunder War, I can't wait for that Thunder War because, like I said, they always do this stuff. My only fear is that she's going to get somehow depowered and it's like whack. Because I always have a feeling that she's going to get depowered because I think I said this. If I didn't, I'll say this hot take. Eternal Storm beats Phoenix Force. No question, hands down. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. I really want to hear your thoughts. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, y'all.